Hi, it's Kelly at Don't Run with Scissors. It's Flossmas, although I'm not really doing a daily Flossmas. Too much stress. That just creates a whole level of anxiety I don't need. Although I love watching everybody else's, but we're going to stick to the weekly plan where we talk about what finally showed up at my doorstep. And I'm just going to tell you all, I've been stress buying, as we all know. I would not be surprised if one day a llama shows up on my front porch. Just saying. And if it does, it is what it is. Because, yeah, I got something in the mail today, or the other day, that is actually a gift for somebody. Well, at least I'm making it a gift for somebody, but I don't remember buying it. And it's not something that I would personally use, or even, like, the kids would use. It's very odd. Cujo and her friend are here with us. Yeah. So again, I'm Kelly. This is my channel, Don't Run with Scissors. I am the mom of two 20-year-old twins. They are not identical, by the way. People ask me. They're not. It's a boy and a girl. Affectionately known in most social media as being in the boy child. It's not offensive. They know that's what I call them on social media. They're fine with it. Because I once got told that's really offensive that you call your son the boy child as if he doesn't really have a name and doesn't belong to you. Absolutely not. He is my kid, whether he likes it or not. The other day I was singing Jolene and doing the Cupid's Shuffle in the kitchen. I was told I was not allowed to sing that song or do that dance ever again in his world. So I promptly moved my show to the living room. And occasionally I might go into his room and do it for him too. Because who doesn't like to sing Jolene? I put on my company, I'm a lawyer and I do a lot of family law, and I found a YouTube video of a woman singing Jolene, but she was like, come and take him now, because she'd been locked too long in the house during the pandemic with her husband. So I posted that on my Facebook. I was like, look, if you need somebody to get rid of your man, let me know. I'll gladly do your divorce. I thought it was hysterical. I post stuff, funny stuff like that on my Facebook page for my business. I dropped the water bottle to squirt if needed. I don't know where it went. Poor Lizzie needs a new teddy bear. I hope Santa Claus brings her a new teddy bear to rip up and play with. Hers is pretty much on its last leg. We've been dealing with sick dogs this last couple days, so we're feeding them lots of rice and chicken broth. And poor little Maisie, we're washing her blanket. It's kind of gross. Yuck. So this is my channel. We talk about a lot of things, clearly. Mostly life, mostly cross stitch, some other crafts thrown in here and there. Yeah, we talk about Jeeps, we talk about dogs, talk about crazy things in the law field. Yeah. There's a whole lot of crazy going on right now in family law. At least in my office with my clients and their exes. But I got two things of haul. So maybe I'll just start with haul. That just seems like that might be the fun thing. I have been making my own project bags, and I don't worry about whether or not they're fancy or not or anything, clearly. It's more of a utility thing. I mean, that's one I just whipped. It's got a zipper on the top. It is lined. French seams. Oh no, this one is not French seam. Usually I do French seams, so all the rough edges are encased, and you don't have that, but this one I didn't. She is on Instagram, and I fell in love with her project bag. As we all know, I love Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I have a lot of respect and admiration for Ruth Bader Ginsburg and feel like that was a devastating blow to this country and a lot of rights when she passed, especially when we got the replacement or the person taking her seat. She can't replace RBG. So on Instagram, it's Lynn X Stitches Creates. I don't know if you can see that. She has beautiful project bags. And I splurged and I got one. And I actually got the second run. Thank God she got some more fabric. But is that not just glorious? I mean, that's just beautiful. And look at this bag. It is just gorgeous. Her craftsmanship is just unbelievable for the price. It is really and truly just a gorgeous bag. Very well crafted. So if you are in the market for a really good project bag, I know she's posted some holiday ones that she's done recently and stuff. She was a pleasure to talk to. And this bag is just glorious. So I don't know what project it's going to hold though. I don't know. I would put Lady of the Flag in there, but my fabric for Lady of the Flag, because I have a couple that I have in mind for that same, I haven't cut it down. If I cut it down, she would fit in there. But since I haven't, she won't. Oh, that's the other thing. Like, such a cute little zipper pull. Yeah, just lots of nice little details. So Lady of the Flag. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to start another patriotic piece that can go in there. The other thing that I got in that is just glorious, and I ordered this months ago because I pre-ordered, because I have the Tree of Magic, Tree of Life by Nitka Mouse. My words will come out. Nitka Moscow. Barbara Anna designed it. I ordered that one when Erin, 2 Martini Stitcher, showed it. And then I think Candace K is doing it. Cujo's awake. She's awake. So I had started that one, and I've actually got the center branch almost stitched on that. It's going to go on my Whipco. I decided to play Whipco this next year, and it's going on my Whipco board. So as soon as Nidka posted on Instagram, which is how I contact her to buy, because you can only buy through her in Russia. So if you send her a message on Instagram, she will send you a PayPal invoice to pay, and then she'll send you. And she does send it with tracking. So I always have to sign for my package, which is not really a big deal, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I guess if my postman won't knock on my door. If he knock on the door during this, I'm usually home, or at least one of the kids are home. They're over 18. They could sign for it. But he doesn't knock. Whatever. It's fine. I got it. So I went to the post office today and I picked it up. And it's the Christmas tree. And it's the same center post as the other one. But look at it. That's the only picture. But she does, it comes in this great tube. Yes, I should sell it. It's a solid tube. I mean, it made it through Russia. From Russia to here with just a little thin layer of bubble wrap. And it's not damaged at all. So I may, rather than putting it in a project bag, I put Tree of Life. I put the whole tube in the project bag. Don't ask. Don't ask. It was one of those. Whatever. It's fine. I may just leave this one in the tube and not worry about coming up with a project bag. But you get all the flosses, and they're DMCs, but they're carded and divided, and they're nicely braided so they don't get all tangled. They send you the linen. So now my dilemma, and 2 needles. This one's on a really pretty blue. So on Tree of Light, or Tree of Magic, or Tree of Light, on the other one, how about that? On the other one, I swapped out the linen for Ada, because I was not sure as to what I was doing. Well, if you've been watching me, you know that I figured out the whole linen thing by stitching the little sheep, which still isn't done. I didn't work on it this week. So now I'm like, do I want to switch out again for Ada so that they all match? Because I'm assuming if you've done the Tree of Life and now you've done the Christmas one, I'm assuming we're getting maybe like a spring or an Easter one. I don't know. The other thing on here is her charts are like, this is the truth. It's 2 big pages. They're nice and big and bold. I will still make a working copy just because that's the way I am. But the only picture you literally get of it is that little tag, which always cracks me up. But it's cute. I should have put. Anyways, so I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to switch out the fabric again, or if I'm just going to go for it on the linen. But then they, like I said, they won't match as far as fabrics. Does it really matter? It's not like they're going to hang next to each other. I don't know. I don't think it'll bother me. I might as well use the supplies they sent me, right? So yeah, so that's it's the Barbara Anna Designs. It's called the Christmas Tree. And there's, her name is Nitka, and she's in Moscow. And if you literally just send her a message on Instagram, saying, hey, I want the Christmas tree is what it's called, by Barbara Anna, she will send you, and you give her your email that your PayPal is addressed, she'll send you a PayPal invoice and just pay it, and she'll send it to you. I did the pre-order, so I don't know when it actually came out versus how long it took to get me. I don't worry about stuff like that. I'm like, whatever. When you send it, I'll stitch it. It's not going to be done for this Christmas. It's not. I'm realistic enough to know. The only point at this point is I am still, I think, gonna try and work on the no new starts in 2021. I'm gonna spin it a little different. What I've decided is I'm not going to. I'm gonna stay in the group. I'm gonna like upload my album on the day kind of thing, with where I am on stitches. But in my brain, I'm also gonna play Whip Go. Because that's just a really easy one to kind of be fun. What I've decided is, like, there's certain ones, like, I know I want to do the 2021 Modern Folk embroidery sale. That pattern, I can't, there's no way I can get in 200 stitches before it starts, before the new year, because it doesn't even start till the new year. So if I start any sales between like the first, like on the first, because they don't get released till the first, I'm automatically out. However, several of the sales that I want to partake in have released their like the floss list and stuff like that. So what I have decided to do is in 2021, it's not going to be I'm not going to kit up. Like, I can buy the pattern or whatever, but I'm not going to make the kit, like my flosses and all of that. I'm going to focus on those projects that I already have kitted up, because I have a lot of them kitted up. Unless, you know, just clearly but I'm not going to like knock myself, I'm not going to look down on myself if I start something because I fall in love with the pattern and it's perfect for something, just because it's a new pattern. Like that just seems, it's causing more, like that part of it causes too much anxiety and like stress, like, well, what if. So however, what I have decided is that I have to finish 2 projects for every 1 new start, because that way I'm clearing out more than I'm bringing in to the picture. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to play Whipco because why not? It's Whipco. And I'm going to stitch from stash. Obviously, that I think those two, my goal and that go really well hand in hand. So that is my, and I think like then I'll get to stitch on Van Gogh Jeep, which I miss. I actually really enjoy working on the map for my son. But I know that they're coming out with a space version, and I really want to do the space version. You know, that kind of stuff. So I don't want, again, that would be a new start when it comes out, and it'd probably be beyond my first one, my one freebie for the year. Okay, now that I've rattled enough, I don't know, I'll rattle some more during all this. We had Tuesday since last week. So I worked on Taco Sampler, which cracks me up. I think it's so cute. It's so little. So little. And I'm doing it on 14 count Ada, and it's still teeny tiny. So I did work on it just a little bit. And that is now where we are. I put in these two lines here because I just had the border started. So we're almost a third of the way. Probably tomorrow. By tomorrow, I will probably be. I would suspect I can get in tomatoes and ground beef, and then there's a weird line between ground beef and onion. But I'm gonna guess that. Well, I'll have to finish. I have to finish up lettuce. There's some more little squares. Yeah, there's more little squares on both sides actually. But we can definitely get in tomatoes. And like I said, probably ground beef as well, which just sounds so weird to be saying that. But then that would take us down to here. So that's almost like a third of the sampler done. It goes super fast. It's super little. But it will look very cute. And then I will have enough fabric left on that scrap because it is so narrow to put the margarita sampler here as well. And then depending on what font I pick for the other saying, it could potentially go down there and just, yeah. Who knows? Who knows? So there's been lots of Christmas sales that have come out. Jardin Privé came out with one. They release a new one, a new part of it every day, and the other parts go away. I had them all. Well, okay, let me backtrack. I thought I downloaded the one day. I did not. So part 1 and 2, the first like day and a half of 2, maybe. Anyways, I apparently loaded them on my computer screen, but did not actually save them. But I have every other part. So now when the sale is over, she's going to release the pattern as a set, and I guess I'm going to have to buy it. I'm really kicking myself. Now I haven't started stitching it, so who knows? Maybe I'll just go whatever. There's enough. It's the 12 days of Christmas. It's not like there's a shortage of 12-day Christmas sales in different patterns. So maybe I just won't worry about it and stress about it. Because Gazette is also doing a really cool 12 days of Christmas, and they're releasing the patterns on their website. I'll click both of those below. Probably tomorrow I'll add that information. It saves it from day to day, so you can just go down at any point and download them. Brenda Gervais is doing Minty and Mary Sal that started today. Super cute. That's a free one. Let me think who else has got. The Steady Thread has got 2, and I'm actually working on those. That's the branch one. You pick your own colors. I had to label my strings because I wasn't sure which ornament goes where. I'm not sure how I did it, but oh, this ornament and this ornament are too close together, so they're gonna butt up against each other, and I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna bother with it any other way. Their other one is Mary, and it's Christmas, and then it's got like a mitten and a star and some other, but it's all black work. I have to add in the black work in here. So once I finish the branch, which almost all of the parts are released for both of these, once I get this one done, which shouldn't take me much longer, I'll just go in and whip that one out. But what I have been mostly, and then I have, I want to get done Yippee-Ki-Yay by little plastic covers, or plastic little covers on Etsy. She's also on Instagram. So I had showed you guys that start. I haven't been able to touch it since. So we still just have the little corner in the holly. But I want to get that one done. So those are the three sort of random ones that I'm working on. What I've been putting a lot of time in is into Chemistry by Susie T Designs. That's the picture. Last week I had the red line done, I think. I think that was it. I now have in the whole tree, all the blocks, and I've been starting to add in the symbols. I cut my fabric just a little bit bigger than what they said to cut it in the pattern. That to me is, because there's the top of the tree, so it's got about probably about 2 inches, inch and a half, 2 inches on the top. I have to still add in Chemistry, and then there's 3 packages, well, 3 elements down there that say ho ho ho. That's, to me, that's too tight. That it makes me very nervous. But that's what I've been spending a lot of my time on. It's all back stitching. Other than that, Cujo is at it. Maisie. Cujo. Other than this little red line and then the words for Chemistry, it's really all back stitching. So it takes longer than you think it does, but it's turning out really cool. I told Bean if she doesn't like it, she has to wait till I'm dead and then she can give it away. She's not allowed to tell me she doesn't like it. As many hours as I've put into it so far. She has to just pretend. And when I'm dead, she can do what she wants with it. But then I'll probably haunt her from the grave. That's what I tell her. But that's really all I've been doing. I haven't FFO'd anything. I did get the felt glued on to the I voted, and then I have to it's not sticking as well this time for some weird reason. I have to attach the magnet and get that out in the mail. I've got a lot of stuff that needs to just kind of be sent out in the mail and just haven't had a chance. And you think, knowing that I was going to go pick up the other one from the post office, that I would have gotten it together, but I didn't. We were trying to bake yesterday. I love my son. Let me just preface this. I love my son. He is normally a very good baker. He's just extremely slow. So you have to kind of help him along. Well, I was trying to multitask yesterday, and I left him alone to do his his thing and bake. 7 hours. 7 hours I left him alone to bake, to handle other things. And the kitchen was a mess. And he made, I think, 12 macaroons. French macaroons. 12, maybe. That was it. Yeah. So I still have Christmas baking to do. I have a recipe that several friends have used and love for a pumpkin roll. I've never done one, so I'd like to do that for Christmas. And I have to make homemade marshmallows, which are phenomenal. But yeah, I spent today basically cleaning up the kitchen from him. 7 hours. Yeah. So I am just trying to wing and a prayer a lot of things. I could use another month before Christmas. People aren't playing nice this Christmas as far as being exes with kids, and it's just, you know, it's in my office, it's either really busy or it's really slow this time of year, and apparently it's going to be really busy this year. I don't mind because, you know, that means I get paid, but make more money, but at the same time, it's difficult to watch families and adults not being adults, and not really caring what their kids really and truly need, and using them as pawns. Nothing is more frustrating to me, or just about nothing is more frustrating. It has not snowed here since, knock on wood, since last time we had Rudolph out. So Rudolph has not come back out, because he is my snow day project. What else? That's really about it. It's been trying to keep it low. I still haven't fixed the strip screw and trying to... One day. I haven't been able to put up my Christmas tree yet. I'm hoping to do that. Tomorrow I have physical therapy for my shoulder. And have to file some motions and make some calls. But yeah, hopefully I can get the branch done. And once again, that's by Steady Thread. And they also have the Merry Christmas one. I'd like to knock the branch out tomorrow, between today and tomorrow. We'll stitch on taco sampler. And if it snows, we'll pull out Rudolph, which I really like. So, yeah, that's about it. I want to make marshmallows. I want to put up my Christmas tree. I don't know how Maisie's going to handle a Christmas tree. We've only had her since February. We'll see what Cujo does. Cujo needs a stocking. So we'll have to look around. She can't have Keegan. It's just kind of a rule with me. And we'll have to get her an ornament for the tree. It dawned on me this year for the first time. It's probably dawned on me before, but this time it feels like it's like a realistic issue that we're going to have. So every year as the kids were growing up, we bought them or made an ornament for each of them. And they've always hung on the family tree. They also have trees in their rooms that they've had since they were like 1.5. They might have just, yeah, probably since their first Christmas, they were only a couple months old, and I think like after Christmas sales is when my mom and I went out and got them. Their little individual trees that have been in the room since. And so the ornaments that they made like in kindergarten and growing up hang on their tree in their room. And have every year. Or if like their friend got them an ornament, it always went on their special tree. There's a couple ornaments that they've made that hang on the family tree, and whatever, if they want it to hang on the tree, that's fine. But my thought was always, when they were old enough and got a place of their own or started their family, that they would already have ornaments, because they'd have all their ornaments that they've collected since they were little. And it finally dawned on me this year that at some point in the very near future, assumably, they're going to be out on their own. And my tree's going to be bare because they'll need their ornaments. I don't like that idea. So I sat in bed and cried. I did. It's one of those bittersweet things about being a parent. You know, you're glad to watch your kids grow up and be independent adults and well-functioning adults, but at the same time, it's heartbreaking to not have them all the time. So maybe that's why I haven't put up my tree. Maybe I just don't want it to get closer. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Again, we're keeping it low-key this year. I say that every year. Like, Christmas for us is more about doing stuff together. It's watching movies. It's baking cookies. It's not having huge amounts of presents under the tree. It's just not the way we are. Ouch. Lizzie, seriously. Lizzie likes presents. Stop, Lizzie. Do you need to go outside? Bella, can you take her outside? Got to get her outside before we go to bed. It's getting late here. Oh, Stitch Life. Again, not too late. She has, Dana has released a picture of Penelope, who is the center of the artwork for the stitch pattern that's in the box and the custom needle minder. Dolly is out as a pattern. Like, they released them the other day. It's gorgeous. Can't wait to start that. They're doing the 12 ornaments for 2021 as well. Yeah, some really cool things. The other thing is yes, I wrote, I'm sure most people are aware by now, Stitching in Color on Instagram, who is fantastic. She is such a sweetheart. She is the one who sent me the pattern as Stitchy Kindness last week. Wrote to, I believe it's Weeks Dye Works. And I know I wrote the letter. I also sent the email about Confederate Gray and how really it's time we change that color. It's just time. There's no, when you have more information about things, you can make better decisions. And this is one of those that I think we have gathered more information on what it means to people and how maybe hurtful it is. And it's time to do better. And there's nothing wrong with changing a name of a color. Crayola does it. Zweigart had a fabric that they called Confederate Gray as well. They have changed the name of that fabric and have notified all needle shops to, if they still have that in stock, to not refer to it as that color or how to handle that situation. But the floss company has not changed it. So, yes, as soon as she brought that to everybody's attention, I saw that on her feed, I was like, oh my gosh. Because I usually only use DMC, so that's not necessarily in my field of vision, I guess. But when it was brought to light, I could see how it it could be a problem, and it is a problem. And so I sent my email saying, hey, basically, and I used stitching in colors language. She was fine with that, with how she worded it. And I thought she wrote very eloquently her words and her reasoning. So I sent that, and I would highly encourage everybody to do that. I will link her Instagram below, so that you could check out the conversation and the wording that she used, because again, I think it is well spoken. And I urge you to send an email. Things matter. And again, when you know more, you can do better. So that was that. I don't know. I think that's really it. That's still a lot. Working hard. Trying to get stuff done for the holidays and whatnot. I do need to get chemistry done pretty soon because I need to turn it into a pillow. And just kind of plugging along, taking it one day at a time. That's all we can do. If there is anything anybody needs that I can do, I certainly will listen and do what I can. I know there's several people right now who are really, they have a full plate. And so if I can do anything to help them, then I will do it. Other than that, life is good. Even when we're struggling, life is good. This weekend I took off in the Jeep and I just drove for a while. If you own a Jeep, you know that feeling. Life is better when you're driving in a Jeep and you just turn up the music and you just go. And I didn't really have a direction. I just needed to kind of catch my breath. So driving my Jeep is sort of that. It just makes me happy. It's a Jeep thing. When I was a kid, it was horseback riding. And that was a thing. I'd ride my bike, but it's not safe on the road. And, I ride on the back of a tandem, and if I don't have a pilot on the tandem, it's kind of hard to ride it out on the road. And then people don't watch for bikers, and it's just not safe. It's sad, but it's not. So, and it's not the same feeling riding on a trainer stand. It's so not. I do it, but it's not the same. So, that said, life is good. And we'll just keep on moving forward. So, wishing you all a good week. Have fun, stay safe, and get some stitching in. Bye, guys.